So welcome back. Very good morning to all of you. Is my voice audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So shall we proceed? So can anyone tell me कल जो मैंने पढ़ाया था, have you attended the lecture? Have you seen the lecture what I have taught in the class yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So is my skin is visible or not? Okay, I'm not presented. Now it's going to visible. It's visible now? Tell me. So yesterday we have seen the okay. Yesterday we have seen the fundamentals of sensing and sensor. So in which we have defined different types, different definition reported in the previous literature. What is a sensor? What is a transducer? And then we have started with the characteristic of instrument. What are different characteristics involved in the measurement system in order to design the instrument? When you're going to design the instrument, then you have to keep in the mind these properties. So some properties are desirable and some characteristics are undesirable. So keeping in this mind, we have defined the static characteristic, that is the accuracy, sensitivity, reproducibility. And we have gone through the accuracy and reproducibility. What are the accuracy and reproducibility? These are the desirable characteristic. However, the drift, static error, and dead zone. Today we are going to discuss these things. These are the undesirable for the measurement system. And when we are going to design the instrument, then we have to keep in the mind that these characteristics should not be in the in your instrument. So then we have defined the static error. So a static error is nothing but the measured value minus true value. Based on this, we have defined the relative static error, that's the delta A, that is the del static error divided by the true value, and it is represented by epsilon r. Then I have defined, then we have written the same equation in the terms of AT is equals to am upon 1 plus epsilon r. And what is the static correction? So the value to your error is a measured value minus true value. So obviously the correction becomes true minus measured value, right? Let's say the 20 degrees Celsius is your error. So you have to compensate 20 degrees Celsius with the help of this. Okay. So just we have to correction kitna karna padega? We have to correct for 20 degrees Celsius. Though this is the minus delta A. Now we have discussed yesterday about some confusing terminology occurred in the instrumentation system or in the measurement system. First one is the range and the span. So we have seen the maximum reading is the range. However, the span is the maximum minus minimum, largest reading minus the smallest reading. So we have taken some example and we have given for a thermometer calibrated between 200 to 500 degrees Celsius. So we have seen the range is 500 degrees Celsius. However, the span is 300 degrees Celsius. And based on this, one question has been asked in the GATE examination, and I have tried to solve it. Okay. So then we have discussed yesterday the accuracy and precision. So in this, again, it is the both are the term are very confusing and interchanging in the instrumentation system. So we have to define precisely what is the accuracy and what is the precision. So I have shown 3 picture pictorial. So with the help of this pictorial, you can visualize that which one is the more accurate, which one is the more precise. Okay. which one is more accurate and which one is more precise. So you can see here the first picture. In the first picture, you can see that it is a high precise, high accurate, but low precise. It means why it is high accurate. And the second picture is the high precise but the low accuracy, accuracy. And in the third picture, it is the high accuracy with the high precision. So we have concluded here that your hitting target, let's say this is the center point is a hitting target, and if you are near about the, if you are your experiment, your random experiment, repetitive experiment is, if you are hitting your target near to the this target repetitively, then you can say your accuracy is high. However, if your target is, if your target is this one, but you are hitting in the area of outside in the area this one, but this is, you are again hitting in this area as a more nearer to this one. So you can say that this is the more precise. So accurately hitting the target, you are close to the center of the target, even if all the marks are different sides of the center. However, precisely hitting a target means all the hits are closely spaced, even if are far from the center of the target. So I have given one example for the demonstration of to clarify the difference between the precision and accuracy. So based on this, you can see that measurement of mass, let's say 50 gram, we have a 50 gram of mass, and we have conducted an experiment. We have conducted an experiment and get the value like 47.5, 47.6, 47.5, 47.7. We have conducted 4 experiments and we got this one. Okay. And again we have repeated, we have conducted an experiment and got like this: 49.8, 50.5, 51.0, 49.6. So what is your comment? Which one is the more precise? Which one is the more accurate? So 50 gram, when you go into the nearer to the 50 gram, then you can say that 49.8, 50.5, 51.0, 49.6. It is a more nearer to your target. So it is a more accurate. However, our 47.5, 47.6, 47.5, 47.7, it is a more precise value, right? It is a more precise value, but it is a not more accurate. Okay, because your random experiment is giving some, same type of result when you are conducting the experiment. So this deviation may occur due to some drift. Okay, so we'll see what is the meaning of drift and what is the significance of this. Okay, then we have given, I have given a point to remember connection, so that you can easily remember this. Accurate means correct, accurate means correct, and you can correlate C with the C, correct, okay, close or to the real value. And then precise means R is meaning repeating. Okay, so that you can remember this means. So today we are going to discuss the reproducibility and repeatability. Again, it is a both are the, the confusing terminology. Samir Jain, can you respond me, Samir? Samir Jain. Samir Jain, can you respond me? You have joined
Yes, sir.
the session with a different ID, right?
Yes, sir. I was trying to join. Later, I came to know that it was different. So now I have joined with the institute ID only.
You have joined with the associate ID? No, I think
Yes,
no.
sir.
Just check it. No. Okay, no problem. So, okay. So I think everyone, the doubt is clear. What is the accuracy? What is the precision? Now I'm coming to the reproducibility and repeatability, and then we will go on the other topic. Okay. So, can anyone tell me what is the meaning of repeatability and reproducibility? Can anyone? Anyone? Any students?
रिपीटेबिलिटी में ये होगा कि अपने जो आउटपुट है को उसको कितनी बार रिपीट कर रहा है, मतलब जो हमारा पूरा
हाँ,
सेटअप है वो कितनी बार अपने आउटपुट को सेम रिपीट करेगा.
ठीक है.
रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी
हाँ, रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी.
क्लियर नहीं है सर, भूल गए.
अच्छा, कोशिश तो करो.
सर
रिपीटेबिलिटी का मतलब हो सकता है कि हमें अलग अलग इंस्ट्रूमेंट से मतलब सेम बार वो आंसर ला पा रहे हैं कि नहीं, जैसे एक ही मशीन से अलग बार अलग सिचुएशन से।
रिपीटेबिलिटी में
सर रिपीटेबिलिटी से बताया था, मतलब थोड़ा फर्क है।
पार्थ क्या, सॉरी?
सर रिपीटेबिलिटी बेसिकली एक ही आंसर को बार बार लाना है, रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी मतलब अलग अलग सिचुएशंस
ओके,
में अलग अलग मैकेनिज्म।
ठीक है, ठीक है। एंड एनीबडी एल्स हु वांट टू कमेंट? नो, but it is a very basic, you are the instrumentation, your branch is instrumentation and control engineer, so you have actually you have to master in the instrument as well as the control, right?
सर
So
रिपीटेबिलिटी में शायद एक ही इंस्ट्रूमेंट के आउटपुट को बार बार देखते हैं, और रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी में
ठीक है
डिफरेंट
सुबह, okay,
सिनेरियोज में।
good, good. So in the repeatability, both are used for the closeness of output for the same input, right? I'm writing, just see. Repeatability describes, right, describes closeness of output, output reading, right? Output reading when the input the same, where the same input is applied, when the same input is applied. Both in the case of repeatability and reproducibility, both are the same. Closeness of the output reading when the same input is applied, right? Repetitively over a short period of time, right? So this line is not very clear. What is the meaning of repeatability? Now see, for establishment of repeatability, जो शुक्ला जी ने कहा है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात कही है कि the following condition must be in place. क्या है वो कंडीशन? सो फर्स्ट कंडीशन है कि सेम लोकेशन पे होगा जी, सेम मेजरमेंट सिस्टम होना चाहिए, सेम मेजरमेंट प्रोसीजर होना चाहिए, सेम मेजरमेंट प्रोसीजर, राइट? देन सेम ऑब्जर्वर, यानी सेम कंडीशन होना चाहिए। सारा कंडीशन जो है, कंडीशन आपको बार बार चेंज नहीं करना, ठीक है? सेम measuring instrument, okay? So these are the things we have to do in the repeatability experiment, okay? So under the same condition, right, under the same conditions. So if you are doing like this, the experiment is doing like this, then your experiment is known as repeatability. However, what is the difference between the reproducibility? Slightly this is different, okay? Slightly it is different. It again, the reproducibility is, it's again describe again the closeness of output reading, right? Again it is representing the closeness of output reading for the same input, but the condition are different. The definition for the reproducibility and repeatability are same, the closeness of output reading for the same input, but with degree of agreement, between results of experiment conducted by different individual. यहाँ पर क्या क्या होगा? You can see the different individual will conduct the different experiment, with a different, procedure at a different location, right? So the different locations should be there, different instruments should be there. Different instrument means, what is the meaning of different instrument? Means temperature you are measuring with the RTD, second time you are measuring with the thermistor.
Yes, sir.
Is it like that?
Instrument change, sir.
No.
Different, same type of instrument.
Same instrument, but means RTD. Let's say you are measuring the temperature with the RTD number 1. Okay. So now the next time when you are going to reproducible, you are checking the reproducibility test, then you are changing the RTD. First you are changing. First you are measuring the temperature with that RTD. Let's say RTD number 1. The number of this RTD is RTD number 1. Now you are measuring the same with the same instrument, but similar instrument you can say, but the instrument is changed. RTD number 2. Is it clear? Is it, you have two different RTD? You are measuring with the first RTD, and the second you are measuring with the second RTD. Or in the case of repeatability, you are again and again measuring with the first RTD. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes,
Sir, I have a doubt.
हाँ ऋषभ बोलो.
सर, अगर हमने कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, रिपीटेबिलिटी और रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी दोनों तरीके से किया, तो विच वुड बी बेटर अगर हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, क्योंकि रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी कर रहे हैं तो हम अलग अलग.
Both are the essential. Both are essential because, हाँ बोलो पहले तुम बोल लो. First to complete your question.
ये सर क्वेश्चन यही है मेरा, क्योंकि कौन बेटर होगा, क्योंकि एक में हम हो सकता है वो जो एक्सपेरिमेंट हम सेम लोकेशन पे डिफरेंट टाइम पे हम रीडिंग्स ले रहे हैं, तो वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट ही खराब हो तो रिपीटेबिलिटी फेल हो जाएगी, और रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी में हमारे अलग अलग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट खराब हो, 2-3 इंस्ट्रूमेंट खराब हो, 3-4 सही हो,
both are
उसमें भी हमारा मतलब एक्सपेरिमेंट फेल हो जाएगा.
Listen now. Both are the necessary because both tests are necessary, because in the case of repeatability you want to check your one instrument either it is good or not, right? Now when you're talking about the reproducibility, so in the case of reproducibility you want to check the measured value with the help of different instrument at the different locations, so that the environmental factor, what the different environmental factor affects the instrument, you can check, right? So therefore it is, both are the important test, especially used in the chemical measurement, right? In the chemical, for the chemical chemical test. Thank you. Okay, I think I have given the answer. So now, so what is the meaning, how the repeatability is now measured? So we have given the repeatability, we are doing the experiment once again and again and find the answer. So it is defined in the terms of mathematical terms, that is the repeatability coefficient. Repeatability coefficient, right? So this is the repeatability coefficient, which measures is a measurement of what is this? Repeatability means precision. Okay, so it gives the precision which denotes the absolute difference between a pair of repeated test result, right? So these are the thing. Okay, now I am coming to the concluding remark. And you have My suggestion is to have to remember these things. Okay. So both the term, either the repeatability or reproducibility. Both describe, the spread of output reading. Yes or no? Both spread of output reading for the same input. It basically it represents the spreading of output. How the output is spreading for the same input, but the experiment conditions are different. Okay. So how will we remember? You can remember it like this. The spread is known as repeatability if the measurement conditions are constant, right? If the conditions are constant, then you can say the experiment is, the spread is repeatable. However, and known as reproducibility, if the measurement conditions vary. Am I right? Any doubt? No. Okay. So come to the next point. Okay. So see, 76 students. Okay. 74, including me. Now you have to memorize this one. The very important point is here. Perfect, now you understand the different meaning of, the meaning of reproducibility and repeatability. Both are the approximately same thing, but the procedure of measurement experiments are different. Okay. And अगर कहा जाए मोटा मोटी की टारगेट भी एक ही है, इंस्ट्रूमेंट को टेस्ट करना, राइट? इंस्ट्रूमेंट को टेस्ट करना, मेजरमेंट सिस्टम को टेस्ट करना, राइट? सो आप ऐसे समझे कि अगर if your reproducibility measurement system or reproducibility characteristic are perfect, if your reproducibility characteristic are perfect reproducibility, what it means? It means instrument has no drift. This question may be asked in the GATE examination. No drift. What is the meaning of no drift? What is the meaning of no drift? What is the meaning of no drift? It means for a given input, the measured value do not vary with time. So this is your drift. So first you can see what is the meaning of zero drift. Zero drift. What is the meaning of zero drift? Have you studied these things in your previous class or no?
Yes, sir.
Already you know?
Sir,
It is covered in the class?
Yes, sir.
Oh. So I am okay. See, so you know the zero drift, so you can okay, no problem. So anyone can tell me why this zero drift will occur? Due to which? Due to which condition? Anyone? Anyone? बोलो भाई.
Sir, in the pointer, when the instrument is analog, for the analog instrument, sometimes pointer shifts
Very good.
its
Very good. I understand.
spring
I understand.
constant decreases. So sometimes,
Okay, I understand. Shift due to slippage. You want to say these things, right? Slippage or permanent. The spring, the analog instruments are made of the permanent springs and damper and all things. So after using this instrument, slippage occurred. Permanent set is occurred. Okay. So such type of occurrence is occurred in the measurement system, electronic circuit especially, and zero drift will occur. Okay, so you can represent the zero drift with the help of this picture. Okay, now one question has been asked in the GATE examination, that is the span drift or sensitivity drift. Span drift and sensitivity drift. What is the meaning of span drift and sensitivity drift? It is very important for the instrument engineer because this question has been asked in the GATE examination. Span drift or sensitivity drift. Sensitivity drift. It is very important for the GATE aspirants. So what is the meaning of the zero drift or span drift or sensitivity drift? In the case of zero drift, you can see the change in this is like a parallel. Okay, so such amount of it is the linear curve, linear line. Okay, you can say the proportional. Okay, so proportional drifting is occurred due to some permanent set or to some slippage occurred in the instrument or electronic circuit. However, in the case of sensitivity drift, you can span drift is like this one. Okay, the slope of this, it is again linear, but the slope becomes changed. The slope becomes changed with the time. You can say it like this, and the nominal characteristic is like this. The nominal characteristic you want from the system is like this. Okay, so this drift is nothing but the span drift. Okay, these are the changing with the time for the input. This is the input, this is the output, right? So as the input is applying, your drift is become large and large. Okay, and when you're combining the zero drift with the span drift, then suppose this is the nominal characteristic you want from the system. Okay, and the zero drift means you have shifted some slippage. Okay, so your system will start with this. Your system with like this. So this is your 0 plus span. 0 plus span. हेलो, हाँ बोलो. क्लास में तो अभी तो क्लास में हो तो करवा लेना, क्या दिक्कत है. ठीक है ना. तो 0 प्लस स्पैन, जिससे 0 प्लस स्पैन ड्रिफ्ट, राइट.
सर
यस
सर, स्पैन ड्रिफ्ट में हमेशा पॉजिटिव साइड ही शिफ्ट होगा आउटपुट के, नेगेटिव साइड नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं हो सकता. क्वेश्चन है क्यों नहीं हो सकता, कोई बताओ भाई, क्यों नहीं हो सकता. इंस्ट्रूमेंट में स्लिपेज होगा, नेगेटिव स्लिपेज थोड़ी होगा. पॉजिटिव स्लिपेज के चलते वो शिफ्ट होगा ना. समझ रहे हो, उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक तो पॉजिटिव साइड में चेंज होगी ना.
स्लीपेज एक बार आप बता सकते हो, समझ नहीं आया क्या होता है.
स्लिपेज का मतलब है, लेट से आपका कोई स्प्रिंग है, लेट से कोई स्प्रिंग था आपका, कुछ देर के बाद इस स्प्रिंग से कुछ मान ली डैम्पर लगा हुआ है या कुछ आपका कनेक्टेड था. ठीक है, ये परमानेंटली क्या हुआ कि ये जो आपका है इसमें आपका थोड़ा सा इलोंगेशन होके ये कुछ इस तरीके का बन गया. समझ रहे हैं, मतलब इसमें इसका जो डिफरेंस, इसके जो बीच का डिफरेंस था ओरिजिनल में, वो धीरे धीरे यूज करते करते ये क्या हुआ कि आपका परमानेंट कुछ ज्यादा हो गया, मतलब इसमें डिफरेंस ज्यादा हो गया. एक पॉसिबिलिटी है. दूसरी पॉसिबिलिटी ये है स्लिपेज का मतलब कि आप इसको मान लीजिए कोई चीज दूसरे से कनेक्टेड है लेट से, और परमानेंटली इसके साथ ये कनेक्टेड था, इसका जो अटैचमेंट है वो इसका कह लीजिए कि थोड़ा सा लूज हो गया, लूज कनेक्शन हो गया इसके साथ, या ये परमानेंटली कुछ इस तरह से सेट हो गया कि इसका अटैचमेंट पहले जैसा था उसके नहीं है, और लेकिन ये सेट है। जितना टाइट मान लीजिए कि आप इसको पहले कर रखे थे, आप ऐसे कह लीजिए कि इसको पहले आपने टाइट कर रखा था 10 के हिसाब से, 10 कुछ यूनिट होगी उसकी, अब इसका सेट होके धीरे धीरे इसका स्लिपेज होके 9 8 पे आ गया, उसकी जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो 8 पर है लेट से, समझ में आ रहा है? तो अब जो आपका ड्रिफ्टिंग होगी ये सेट हो गया 8 पे, पहले ये 10 पे था लेकिन अब ये 8 पे हो गया, तो ये परमानेंटली आपको एक ड्रिफ्ट देगा, समझ में आ रहा है, जो जीरो ड्रिफ्ट कहलाएगा, क्योंकि अब आपका इंस्ट्रूमेंट यहां से आपका नहीं आउट स्टार्ट होगा, स्टार्ट ही होगा यहां से स्टार्ट होगा, लेट्स, सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम। ओके, so now the question is how the span drift will come. The span drift will occur due to the different factor. First factor is stray electric magnetic field. Anybody can tell me what is the meaning of stray magnetic field?
जो हमारे यूज के नहीं, जो हम चाहते नहीं थे क्रिएट हो, लेकिन एक्सटर्नली क्रिएट।
सर जो नेचर में प्रेजेंट होता है, जैसे ड्यू टू अर्थ में हो सकता है,
हाँ,
जो एनवायरनमेंट होता है।
okay, I am using one term. It is the meaning of a stray, you have told me. Now tell me what is the meaning of a stray capacitance. A stray capacitance. What is the meaning of a stray capacitance? Can anybody tell me? That is very important.
सर जो कैपेसिटर के जो प्लेट्स होते हैं, हम मानते हैं कि कैपेसिटर के बीच प्लेट्स के इनसाइड में ही वो चार्जेस एक्यूमुलेट होते हैं, लेकिन कभी कभी वो कॉर्नर पे भी ऊपर भी चार्जेस एक्यूमुलेट होते हैं और ऊपर में भी एक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बना लेता है वो,
Very good.
मतलब इलेक्ट्रिकल फील्ड बना लेता है, उस वजह से वो हमारे किसी काम का नहीं होता, तो उसको कहते हैं स्ट्रे कैपेसिटेंस।
ये भी it's a one example. Another example anybody can want to include? No. Good, Aditya. देखो, I am giving one example. Let's say this is the inductor. This one is the inductor. When you supply some current or voltage, okay, then the current is going inside this, and due to the it is the metallic characteristic, it will some positive charge are accumulated here, and due to the positive charge here, the negative charge inducing, the positive charge inducing, the negative charge inducing. And in a similar way, sometimes of such type of problems, such type of occurrence is occurred in the inductors when you are operating this at high frequency. At high frequency, when you are operating this inductor as a high frequency, then such type of problem will occur. Then if this inductor is behaving like a one inductor, and it is a parallel plate capacitor, and the combination of all the parallel plate capacitor is taken as this one, and now this capacitance come in the picture, or this capacitance is nothing but the stray capacitance, okay, and it is always occurred at the high frequency, because at the high frequency the charge distribution will occur, otherwise it will not occur. So this property is called as a stray capacitance. Okay, now I'm coming to the next point, that is the noise. And what is the noise? Okay, so here I am going to discuss the three types of noise. That is the Johnson noise. The definition of what is the Johnson noise, what is the white noise, and then I will discuss the short noise. Okay, so all are approximately again the confusing terminology, and you have to know this, what is the meaning of this noise. as we know, the noise is unwanted. Unwanted signal is nothing wrong in this. Okay, unwanted signal basically superimposed, है ना? Superimposed upon the signal of interest, right? जो हमारा सिग्नल है इंटरेस्ट का, उसके ऊपर एक अनवांटेड सिग्नल सुपरिम्पोज होना. This is your noise, nothing else. This is your noise, and this noise क्या cause करेगा? What is cause? What is effect? What is effect? Effect is nothing but the deviation of output from its expected value. Expected value, right? यही तो होगा. अनवांटेड सिग्नल आप सुपरइम्पोज हो गया, तो जो आपको मेजर करना था उसका कुछ ज्यादा आएगा या कम आएगा, वो डिपेंड करता है उसके नॉइज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक पे. तो आपका डेविएशन फ्रॉम द आउटपुट, डेविएशन ऑफ आउटपुट फ्रॉम द एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू, इट विल कम, राइट? सो ऑल द मेजरमेंट्स इंस्ट्रूमेंट, जनरली इंस्ट्रूमेंट जो हम लोग यूज करते हैं, इंस्ट्रूमेंट फॉर द सेंसर्स और ट्रांसड्यूसर, वट एवर आई एम टेलिंग, ट्रांसड्यूसर और सेंसर is mounted or is fabricated with some electronic circuit, with the help of some electronic, electronic or electrical circuit. Electrical circuit, am I right? So due to using this transducer sensor in the form of in the mounted with the electronic and electrical circuit, some type of spurious current or voltage extraneous to the current or voltage of interest. सर्किट के अंदर क्या है? सर्किट के अंदर आप करंट और वोल्टेज मेजर करना था जो आपको चाहिए, लेकिन कुछ स्पूरियस करंट आ गया. किसके चलते आ रहा है? इन एन इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्किट, in an electrical or electronic circuit. कुछ ऐसा भी जनरेट हो गया. आपको जो चाहिए था करंट और वोल्टेज, उसके अलावा कुछ उसके एक्स्ट्रा कुछ करंट और वोल्टेज आ गया स्टेनियस. समझ रहे? सो इट इज नथिंग बट इट इज कॉल्ड द नॉइज. It is called the noise in the electron for our instrumentation system, for the measurement system. It is the noise. So this extra current or this extra voltage is your noise. How it will be measured, or what are the different criteria for the measuring this one? So S to N, signal to noise ratio. Signal to noise ratio. Okay. What is signal to noise ratio? Signal to noise ratio is nothing but the signal power. Signal power to noise power. To noise power, right? So if the value of your noise, if your value of the noise is as, let's say your magnitude of the unwanted signal, this is the noise, is small. Let's say it is very, very small. As compared to you can say as compared to signal of interest, जिसको आपको measure करना है, right? So a small, if it is a small, then your S and I becomes high, and therefore the noise becomes unimportant. Noise becomes unimportant. When it becomes unimportant? When your noise power is small. But when it is high, then you can't ignore it. The signal to noise ratio, you can't ignore it. So you have to develop the mechanism to avoid this noise, right? So in order to that, you have to understand what are the different sources, for coming for different sources for the development of such noise in the circuit. So anybody can tell me what are the different sources? What are different sources for this noise in the electronic circuit, electrical circuit?
Electromagnetic fields generated near.
One source is this one. The basic.
So vibrations, mechanical vibration.
Very good. सर अभी फोन करो क्लास में. अभी 10 मिनट में करता हूँ आपको, 10-20 मिनट. ओके, तो that is not primary. Electromagnetic field is not primary source of noise. The basic, the one of the main reason, but the big reason of the noise is in the circuit is their vibration of the atoms. Vibration of atoms occurred in the resistor and in the wire. Okay, so that will generate the thermal effect or the temperature, right? And due to that thermal effect of temperature, you can say like this. Due to thermal effect or temperature, there is a rapid vibration or vibratory motion, right, of atoms, which transferred the conduction of electron, right? The conduction of electron. So since the rapid vibratory motion comes of the atom, and due to this rapid vibration motion occurred in the atom, it will create a conduction of electron, unnecessary conduction of electron, and it is due to only the heat or the temperature or the thermal effect. And when it will started, it means you have given is producing thereby producing a noise component. Noise component किसके term में है? Noise component in terms of here the current. Okay, and it will increase with internal heating, right? With internal heating. And how how the internal heating will occur? So I square R, due to the I square R, the internal heating will come and the noise will become higher and higher, right? Or you can say with increase in ambient temperature. Okay, ambient temperature, right? Any problem? So this such type of noise is known as Johnson noise. I think it is clear. What is the Johnson noise? The Johnson noise will comes due to the heating effect inside the circuit. And how wide the circuit is going to heat it? Due to the vibration motion of the atoms, right? Now, what is now another things? Any question you want to ask? Any doubt till? No. Okay. So good. Either you are understanding, or it is going to bounce, or it is very easy. The three possibilities are there. Yes or no? Either you are understanding all the things, or you are not listening, or maybe it is very easy and you know everything. Okay, no problem. So those who are knowing these things, you want to listen, it's okay. Those who not knowing these things, रुक गया क्या? Madhav Krishna, you are not able to say something today. Why? Madhav Krishna left the meeting. Okay. Now come to the white noise. Aditya, can you tell me what is the white noise?
Sir, so white noise, sir exact नहीं पता sir.
Anybody?
सर हमें एक एग्जांपल बताया था एक लेक्चर में.
हाँ.
हेलो.
हाँ ऋषभ भैया.
कि जब हम रूम कंट्रोल सिस्टम के लेक्चर में बताया था कि जब हम रूम में होते हैं तो जो फैन जब चल रहा होता है तो हम जो कन्वर्सेशन कर रहे होते हैं तो कभी-कभी वो डिस्टरबेंस को ओवरकम कर जाती है फैन का नॉइज या फैन की आवाज. तो वो एक व्हाइट नॉइज का एक एग्जांपल है.
ओके.
व्हाइट ऐसी नॉइज होती है जिसमें सारे फ्रीक्वेंसी.
कुणाल सॉरी.
व्हाइट नॉइज ऐसी नॉइज होती है जिसमें सारे ही फ्रीक्वेंसीज प्रेजेंट हो सर, जैसे कि व्हाइट लाइट.
सारी फ्रीक्वेंसी.
यस सर.
वेरी गुड. एनी अदर आंसर? गुड. Yes. The little difference between the Johnson noise and the white noise. White noise is coming in the picture with the word wide, right? Why I'm saying wide? You know the the vibrations, okay, produced by thermal effect. Am I right? The vibration produced by thermal effect. You are agree with me, right? Now within a register, let's say the vibration is produced to thermal effect, right? Now if the vibration produced by thermal effect within a register over a wide frequency, किसी फ्रीक्वेंसी पे एक लंबा फ्रीक्वेंसी मैंने दिया, ठीक है, और इस फ्रीक्वेंसी पर आपका थर्मल इफेक्ट के चलते वाइब्रेशन हो ही रहा है बार बार, ठीक है, फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज कह लीजिए, राइट, वाइड फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज जैसा कुणाल ने कहा, एंड देयरफॉर द नॉइज generated consistently, right, or consists of a wide spectrum of frequency. So if you are supplying some wide frequency and you are occurring again and again the vibration in the register due to thermal effect, so such type of the noise generated is known as white noise. And last term is a short noise. And then I will go to the next topic. Short noise. So
सर इसका एग्जांपल कोई सर व्हाइट नॉइज का
एग्जांपल देखना पड़ेगा मुझे, मैं देख के बताऊंगा, ठीक है?
ओके सर,
I will note it, है ना? Example I will give you. You can also search it in the Google. Okay, अभी देख लेते हैं. My screen is visible ना? Yes or no? My screen is visible ना? Okay.
Yes, sir.
अभी देख लेते हैं. You can see the two summit of the answer. What is a noise? Simply the type noise is information made up of all the colors of rainbow. The noise is composed of all sound frequencies that can be picked by the humans, ranging from with the every frequency equally distributed due to this particular characteristic. White noise has been ability to mask other sounds and to be static by the human. Yeah. Now understand? Just read it. Read this one. Read this line. Now you can understand it. The different sound, okay, varying from 20 Hz to 20. This is a frequency varying from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, and different sound is going to the mixing into a one sound, and such type all sound is not going to be able to listen what is the sound, okay. So this is the mask. This masking is known as the white noise. I will give you the one example tomorrow in the case of electronic circuit, for the electronic circuit, right? So wait for tomorrow, right? Okay.
Okay.
So now last things is the short noise. Then I will take one example of the Johnson noise with the mathematical equation, right? So see what is the short noise. Basically, short noise is occurred in the it is only defined for the semiconductor device, right? Short noise is all are the vibration, all the noise are generated with the help of thermal effect and the vibration, right? Ultimately with the vibration, but the definition are the different for the different terminology. Let's say white noise is for the wide range of frequency, right? Johnson noise is simply for the temperature, ambient temperature, or the the thermal effect. Same for the short noise. And short noise 10,000. For the short, अरे इनको तो क्या बताएं. For the short noise, you can say this is again internally generated noise. Okay, but specifically it is generated in the semiconductor device, and vacuum tube. In the previous past years, we are using the vacuum tubes. Okay, with the help of vacuum tubes, we are going to design the semiconductor, going to design the computers and all these things. But after 1947, the second 1935, after the Second World War, at the time of Second World War, semiconductor device are discovered, transistors are discovered, and the more research has been done in the area of the semiconductor physics and semiconductor devices. Okay, so now it is totally obsolete. We are not using the vacuum tubes right nowadays. Okay, but it is defined. But in the literature, it is simply defined the internally generated noise for the semiconductor and the vacuum tubes. Okay, vacuum tube device, vacuum disk devices. Okay, on account of again a random movement of charge. So again, the same things. The movement of charge occurred in the random movement of the charge occurred in the semiconductor device and the vacuum tube device, and this such type of noise generated is known as a short noise. So I hope you can differentiate between the Johnson noise, white noise, and the short noise. Okay, so I will give one example for all Johnson noise and short noise as well as the white noise tomorrow. Okay, so now see one example, some mathematical equation. Okay, so Johnson noise is defined in terms of Johnson power. Okay, this is the noise power, and this power is defined in the terms of kT delta F. What is kT delta F? What is a K in a conductor? It is only in a conductor. Why it is a conductor? If it is in the semiconductor, then the short noise will come in the picture, right? So what is the K? K is the Boltzmann constant. The value is 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per degree Kelvin, right? What is the meaning of delta F? Delta is the bandwidth, frequency, bandwidth of the noise signal, or based on this, one numerical has been asked in the GATE exam, right? One numerical has been asked in the GATE exam, and the question was what is the maximum noise voltage for the given circuit. Let's say I'm giving with the example. Let's say there is a one noise generator circuit. Let's say this is the RM. Hello.